All right, guys, that was the silent but deadly version, I think, of the broadcast. Good morning. It's Friday morning, January 5th. We've got the SOMIFA Showcase STRAT football game between the Houston Texans, coached by Paul Mankiewicz, 7-6, and the Atlanta Falcons, coached by Nathan Baylor, 11-4. I wanted to call for the fourth quarter SOMIFA Showcase. Paul had some computer difficulty or was out of town or both. And is now playing all of his games here in the last week before the regular season ends next Thursday. I just emailed last night about this game. I really didn't think I'd be able to call it at all. And asked if they could push the starting time back some, but they really couldn't. Most of the first quarter, you put some action there, video action, but no broadcast. It's 7-0 Texans. But the big news is that star running back LaShawn McCoy for Nathan's Falcons got injured for the remainder of the game on one of the very first plays of the game, or very early in the game. Backup does not have a good card. So Nathan's going to have to rely even more upon Kirk Cousins and the passing game. Nathan's an offensive-oriented team, so that hurts him a lot. Nathan, 11-4, is trying to get to 12-4. Number 2 or 3 seed in the postseason. And really, there's usually not going to be much difference between a 2 seed, because you got home field advantage throughout the playoffs then until the Super Bowl, which is played at a neutral site. So that doesn't matter. And you want those good pass defense cards. They do make a small difference, I would say. And especially Nathan is more of an offensive-oriented club this year. He would, I think, very much like to get those good pass defense cards. If he loses, he'll be 11-5. And in the mix with the 4, 5, and 6 clubs, get you a much tougher first-round opponent, probably. Not guaranteed, but probably. And you might even have to go on the road. Big injury from McCoy at the wrong time. Paul's 7-6, just trying to make sure he gets into the playoffs. I'll match up. Paul's got this 4-3 defense with the defensive tackle 6s. Weak defensive ends, excellent outside linebackers, including blitzing, and heavy pass rush, and not that good of a secondary. And had a very explosive offense, but that's been hindered greatly because the running game is, oh boy, called by Paul, without LaShawn McCoy. I don't understand that. Paul's leading 7-0. He's all got into game action now, early second quarter. In zone 20, Paul goes short yardage against T.J. Yeldon's card and gives Nathan a long pass, no men, with Kirk Cousins to Kelvin Benjamin, which, big surprise, was complete for 50 yards. Short yardage, but just call run if you want to against Yeldon. Yeldon does not have a good card. Short yardage. And giving long pass, no men, with corners now zeros against Cousins with Benjamin and T.J. Hilton makes no sense to me. That should never happen again. But Nathan will take it. Says thank you very much. He's got second. And of course, Paul's a great coach, but you got to know the situation. Just because you like to go short yardage normally, don't go short yardage against T.J. Yeldon. Being downfield is a great passing game with all kinds of downfield threats, and you got 3 4s in the secondary. That's not a good move. 2. Now for Nathan at the Houston 24. Nathan also missed a field goal. Long pass T.Y. Hilton, no man there, covered by 4. Dump off is complete for 7 yards to Vernon Davis. First down, Falcons at the Houston 17. 7:12 to go in the first half. Cousins connects on another screen pass, this time to Yeldon, who does have a good receiving card, for 8 yards, and a second down and 2 at the Houston 9. Falcons with this touchdown to tie the game. And Nathan goes full house with Jeremy Langford and Alfred Morris in the backfield. Vernon Davis ostensibly, or nominally, it's a fullback. Linebacker Kirk Cousins, defending Cousins' pass. Cousins gets 3+6 on his own card. It's always funny when you're doing the quarterback sneak and the defense guesses something else and your guy gets a whole bunch of yardage. First and goal from the 3 for the Falcons. Linebacker Kirk Cousins. Guessed right, gains a yard. Second and goal from the 2. And it looks like with the full house, I think there's now 6-6. Pulls inside linebackers is 0 against the safety is it's Cam Chance was a 6. Now that's a strong safety. Jonathan Cyprian is a 6, is the free safety. So you may want to call run. It looks like he did that just now. Linebacker Kirk Cousins, and sure enough, gets linebacker in zone 0+4. Cyprian's a 6 against the run, unlike Deion Buchanan. Oh. Cyprian makes the play. So good coaching there. You got to beware your linebackers' run ratings and your free safeties' run rating if you're trying to play goal line defense. Sometimes you're better off getting a safety up there in the right zone and not just automatically putting a middle linebacker in there. Third and goal from the 2 for Atlanta. Full house again. We'll see. But when you have that 6-6-6 up front, 6s except for the tight end and the blocking back here, it's certainly very tempting to run the ball. Any kind of blocking rating is going to help you. Particularly good. He has run Cousins a couple of times here. Cousins then goes for it in 4th and goal from the 1. See what Nathan decides here. The game had crashed. But maybe not. Let me check. Spell it off. Good question mark. Looks like I am. Paul with the confirmation. Nathan just taking his time. There it is, linebacker Kirk Cousins. As I said, what happened? He gets 3 again, +2. He's better than 1 yard on linebacker right, and Nathan's rewarded the touchdown. And Paul's got to be short yardage against T.J. Yeldon when the offense had the ball at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Or 25, but Paul was a great coach, of course, but you got to be a little more aware. Come on, Paul. And consequently, it's a 7-7 game. 4:30 to go in the first half. Now, Paul's offense has got Drew Brees and Le'Veon Bell, but the offensive line is very bad for run blocking. Left tackle left for Bell. On Jason Witten and Brandon Cooks down the field. Nose tackle 4 and 9. It's a 9-yard game for Bell. Tony McDaniel is not a true nose tackle. And could not make the play. 2nd and 1 for Houston at their own 34. Nathan's defense is not that great. 5-4-4 on the defensive line. 4-0-4-5 at linebacker. He does have a 6 at right corner against Brandon Marshall. Brandon Cooks is 0 strong safety and a 5 free safety. So he's got to do some mix and matching with the double teaming here. Stewart in now for the Texans. Paul always has various running backs. Kyle Juszczyk, a key player on this team. Brandon Marshall, Jason Witten, Brandon Cooks. Brees. Linebacker Jonathan Stewart. Defense double teaming on Brandon Cooks with the free safety Barrett Barry Church, nose tackle +1 or +12. This time McDaniel makes the play, but it was 2nd and 1. So the 1 yard is at least good enough for a first down. Huge break for Paul with Shady McCoy getting injured for the game. But he's still got to win the game. He's better now. I don't think you'd consider him the favorite if there's no Shady McCoy in. Emerald left to Le'Veon Bell. Defense gets his pass. 4. And Paul likes to do this. Offensive on to them +2 or -1. Because the blocking back is a 6. So when you run to that left side, you get both the offensive onside end and the blocking back reading on that side. And Juszczyk will make all the blocks over there for a palatable play, even though you've got only 4s amongst your traditional offensive linemen. There's 9 units there in the defense. It's 1/4 of the units. Defensive on to them to block him back if you're running left. Toe tackle draw for Bell. Nathan clamping down on the pass. Blitzing elsewhere. Boxes in play. 6 is a 4-yard game for Le'Veon. Avoids a dreaded. And Brandon Cooks goes down with three injuries now. Paul. The Shady McCoy injury, which is huge, of course. And Nathan doesn't seem to have a very good backup running back. And now Brandon Cooks goes out. Chinunwa steps in. He's not a bad replacement. And he'll be covered by a 4. But it should help Nathan a little bit with But Paul's got 5 good targets. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback, also a good target in the flat passing game at the least. 3rd and 4 Houston at their own 41, 2:24 to go in the first half. I don't know who received the opening kick. Again, this game kind of last night, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have a nursing visit here in the house, and generally not good to call a game. Sometimes I can play a game. Can I do that then? But I wanted to get a 4th quarter game in. The season's almost over, so long pass Brandon Marshall. No one there. Covered by a 6. Defense double teaming Kyle Juszczyk. Dump off is good for 7 yards and a first down. Drew Brees checking underneath to the veteran. A pair of potential Hall of Famers there. Drew Brees will certainly make it. Jason Witten might make it. Longevity. A very good player. I would be curious to see what his career tight end receptions look like and where they put him on the chart. I think he'll probably make it. Maybe not right away, but he'll probably make it eventually. Short pass Quincy and Nunwood being double teamed by Barry Church. Plant that on the passing game. Paul's been doing a good job running. Since I've been on anyway. Broadcasting. And 11 picked off with the successful double team on Drew Brees' card. Went away from the run. It's hard to run every single play, right? So, but Nathan's been double teaming a lot. I thought maybe he would elicit a run call from Nathan. Just tried to throw a short pass to Quincy and Nunn, a fairly safe play. But Nathan had the double down the field and got the interception clean, which was a turn for 12 yards. And the Falcons got a first down at their own 49 with a 2-minute warning. So a big turn of events there. That's right. I think it's about 2 to 6, 11, and 12. Dennis and I have it in SOMIFA 28, where we parted. Remember, left to TJ Yeldon. Guess wrong has 10 yards on Yeldon's card. So it's not a terrible guess wrong card. You're going to get positive yardage there. It's a terrible guess right card. Don't call short yardage. I'm going to bring up all your linebackers. Go ahead, but don't call it against this card. Come on, Paul. Get back there and won't pass them in. I don't know why. I was end up criticizing one thing that Paul does. Stuff out there. And I'm right to TJ. There you go. Now there's a man in the zone, even though he guessed incorrectly. +5 or +1. That's a 5-yard game for Josh Klein. Nathan's got this very good run blocking offensive line and presumably pass blocking as well. So you are going to want to bring linebackers up at times. Some of those blocking readings that are on the defense's card. Famously, of course, I criticized Paul's selection of George Rogers in I think maybe the 1983. And George Rogers, Paul, of course, went on to win the championship with George Rogers winning the Super Bowl MVP. Paul's a great coach. He knows what he's doing. Off tackle left, T.J. Yeldon, dreaded 5. This off tackle, wrong card is not very attractive. And this is the card that you're yardaging against. It's dreadful. Just call run. Anyway, I've gotten away from the idea that if I'm going to call run, I'm leaving my free safety deep. I've started doing that a lot, unless of course I'm going to key. I just don't like giving the offense a long pass, no man wrong. If they have a decent downfield passing game or even option. Sort of long gains, if you got 4s out there. Extra receiver readings, if the guy's got a guy who's at least a 12-18 or something. And I'm not sure the reward. I don't think the reward really is worth it. Really, but I'll still do it sometimes. But it depends on the matchup, and of course my magic spreadsheets. 3rd and 5 here for the Falcons at the Houston 36. A minute to go before the half. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Flat pass rides to Lance Kendricks. Linebackers of 5. Nathan needs this one. Picked off 2 to 4 on 12. Picked off on a 12 in the defense by Paul. Flat pass interception from his own 35. An 8 out of 36 chance. And no, it is a 13-yard return. Cam Chancellor. The pass was intended for Lance Kendricks by Kirk Cousins. Flat pass right, 1 man in zone who was not a 6. Got a 3 on the defense's card. Intercepted 2 to 4, 11 and 12 only. Picked off to end the scoring threat. An unlikely turnover that hurts Nathan there. Gives Paul a chance to take the lead. And Paul received the kick to start the game. So that was big. And they could have maybe scored a field goal there or something, and then got the ball to start the second half. Instead, he has to defend here in these final 52 seconds where Paul's got 3 timeouts, and the ball at his own 48. Paul goes 4 wide, 1 halfback. And Jamison Crowder checked into the game with C.J. Procise, the receiving running back. Jamison Crowder being double teamed by linebacker Bruce Irvin. To show again is incomplete. Spell it off. 55399. Okay. Microphone off. Dennis just said good morning to me, so I thought I would give him the game number 4. This in case he wants to spectate, which he sometimes does from work. Short pass, Danny Amendola guessed right. Incomplete on Drew Brees' card. With the odd numbers, except for 11, of course. And that would have been 2 to 6 and 12 on that previous interception. If Nathan had simply guessed pass and not double teamed, but he got the clean pick on the double team. Units of short pass right completion to Drew Brees. It's a solid number. It's a good number. Incompletions here set up a 3rd and 10 for the Texans at their own 48. Just to go. Four wide, 1 fullback, Jared Cook. So really more like a tight end. And basically 5 proper receivers. I think it's 5-0-0 on the defensive line, but it's time to get some pass rush in there. Looking past Jared Cook, no men there, but it will be guessed correctly. Yards here, maybe go for it. Or first down on Nathan's card. Oh, guessed wrong because Nathan was doubling. And an 8-yard completion on Brees' card. The Texans have 4th and 2 at the Atlanta 44. An interesting time decision here because he's going to want to go for it, but he's not going to want to leave if he doesn't convert here. Can't spike the ball. 22 seconds left. That's no good. Regular timeout gets to 30 seconds. He's got 22 seconds. 15. I know what you do. Maybe hurry up offense. Clock run. He really doesn't want Nathan to score. 4th and 2 from the 44. He's going to go for it, but he has to also get budget to get into the long field goal range for most kickers. I have to look at Paul's kicker. Dennis did join the game as a spectator, by the way. Long pass Quincy Anunwa. He is not being double teamed, but there's 2 men back there. For the last 30 seconds of the half, can you get one? I always forget that rule. Instead, picked up 2 to 10. Intercepted. We have an turnover fest here at the end of the first half. Picked off by Atlanta at the run 15. They are going to try to run it back, certainly. Possibly after this. But there's no gain, and we have like a replay. That was weird. Harold Jones Corte. I remember him. Hasn't worked out yet. We got the interception, but went nowhere. And then Nathan here needs an 85-yard play with 1 second left from his own 15. We'll see how they design that one. And instead, it'll be Kirk Cousins taking a knee. Especially the way the end of the half unfolded here with 3 turnovers in a matter of about 5 minutes. And there's our first half. Move on to the second half. 7-7. And Nathan needs a minute. Press control key, Charlie. Press control key, Victor. Press enter key. Spell mode on. Yankee Echo Sierra. Press enter key. Microphone off. So this is a big game. I'm not sure what Paul's remaining schedule is. Lost his season finale in overtime. He's only 9-7, but it looks like 9-7 will probably get you in the playoffs this year. So Paul loses this one. He'll drop to 7-7. And Paul recently lost in overtime to Jay. 4. Jay finished up 11-5. 4-5-6. So Paul has got Dallas left at Zeb 7-7, and a surprising Rams who looked like they were going to go about 2-14, but they're 5-9. Rebuilding. So Paul should win that one. Okay, Paul loses this and falls to 7-7. 8-7. He's got to beat Zeb. Zeb 7-7 is still alive. Maybe I'll do a second SOMIFA Showcase, although I am trying to get ready after, which will be in 15 days. In that draft. 4 first rounders and an early 2. I do intend to picks and draft young players, as we all know I like to do. If you excuse me a minute, let me just pat myself on the back here. There you go. Self-congratulations. Very unappealing characteristic. But I love my young players. I love that SSFA team long term. I'm not, and they should have a good year this year. 10-6, 11-5. And the kick goes deep to the 1-yard line. A possible fumble on a 12-yarder. It is fumbled. Think of the second half. Who's going to recover? Paul recovers. Zingardis. I mean, Nathan just can't. He's got Shady McCoy out for the game. Off on a flat pass, one linebacker on the defense. But hey, what does this do? I'm 7-7. Game reset, second half. I get the ball. I fumble the opening kick. 11 yards for the Texans down to the Atlanta 2. You could not have a worse start to the second half, pretty much. Got those final 2 yards for a touchdown. But now it's first and goal for the Texans at the Atlanta 2 in a big game for both teams. And Nathan, wants to maximize his effort with this team. There's a good chance to get to at least the semifinal, maybe in or win the Super Bowl. How about Theo Riddick being run keyed successfully by Nathan? And bumped up. 7 is -1. Nathan pushes him back to the 3. Maybe I'm crazy. I feel like that 1 yard is a big difference from goal to go to 2 or goal to go to 3. A goal to go to 2 is like I can't. It's so hard to stop the guy when he's running. From the 3, I feel like I've got a decent chance, maybe. Key. Check guess wrong. 3 men in zone covered by 0. Breeze looking good here, but not there. 3 incomplete on the defense's card. On the dreaded 3. The only automatic incompletion on the average pass defense referee cards, and we've all seen it and rolled it in the SOMIFA family of leagues where we all use average games. In the postseason, the home team gets a good, except for the Super Bowl, which is neutral and therefore average. 3rd and goal for the 3. Full house double tight end. Defense goes 3-4 showing blitz. Riddick, Tolbert, and Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. Riddick, an excellent receiver. Le'Veon Bell can catch as well, of course. And the tight ends. Even Mike Tolbert can catch a football. Play here for Nathan to hold Paul to a field goal would be more than a moral victory. And 7, then, despite all the problems, you don't have Shady McCoy. But you still have Kirk Cousins and downfield targets, and Paul's letting you take some shots down the field. So let's see what happens here. That's a bad matchup. You let the guy take shots down the field, and he's a guy that likes to take shots down the field, which Nathan likes to do. Riddick, defense run king elsewhere. Riddick covered by, I think, a 4. Shot at it here. So be big for the Texans. Receiver, guess wrong, incomplete. Riddick, excellent for a running back, but still only 18 units of reception. 3. Anna Vinatieri will come out for the field goal. And Nathan with a goal line stand to fumbling the kick to start. And a kick 2-11 is good on an 11. It's been a bad snap. Barely got it down and up and in. And the Texans lead 10-7. It was a bad break, but didn't work out as badly as it could have. The kick is down to deep in the back of the end zone. So 1st and 10, early 3rd quarter. Blocking back set for Nathan. Sometimes he likes to do that nickel. The matchup is right. Emma right to TJ Yeldon. Defense getting pass. We like Yeldon's Emma wrong card here. Hard game. We like it for what it is. Backup running back card. Emma wrong comment's not too bad. I suspect he's got some, 5s and 6s and 7s on right. You might get about 8 units of that. 5 is -4. So a quarter of his guess right card, you're losing at least 5 yards. Makes it tough to feel confident in that M run sometimes. 2nd and 6 for the Falcons. Alfred Morris now in the game. Maybe Alfred's only unlimited in the second half. I think his running card might not be that bad. Also kind of plotting. Flat pass right to Lance Kendricks, throwing at the linebacker 5. Paul goes 5.66. Complete. Paul goes 5.66, but he has not been flooding the flats. He's been double teaming down the field. He has a very good pass rush. And a 3rd and 6, we see the 3 wide from Nathan. Sometimes on the ground, or as a default for a game. He's in a lot in a game. 3 wide, 1 halfback. 1 pass, DeAndre Hopkins. Incomplete on Kirk Cousins' card. Should have traded to Nathan. Should have backed out of that and weaseled out. But I could not bring myself to weasel out. The punt goes 48 yards from Johnny Hecker down to about the 25. Jameson Crowder returns it only 1 yard. Excellent punt coverage for Nathan. That's going to help the team. And Jameson Crowder for Paul. Touchdown and 2, plus 24 and 4. And early 3rd quarter, Texans up 10-7. Offensive feel to this game. Flavion Bell. Defense double teaming elsewhere. This nickel. Blocking back +7 and +5 and an injury. And it is a 7-yard game behind Jurczyk and another key injury. Norris Jenkins is right corner 6. Goes out for the game. And they're dropping like flies for the Falcons here. Nathan commenting, boy, these injuries really add to the enjoyment of the game. Already without Shady McCoy. He's going to have to do without his best secondary player. A key to his defense, really. Right corner 6. If your defense is not that great, but you at least have a corner 6. Receiver alone, for the most part, unless he's maybe a real stud like a Julio Jones. And still play some effective pass defense. But now you already had, a 4 at left corner and a 0 at strong safety. And now you're going to have probably a 0, it looks like, at right corner. As Paul and Nathan discuss injuries right now. It's tough. I lost a corner 6 and a safety 5 in a game I needed last night against Dale, who runs the 4 wide game, but I was fortunate in the second half. And I lost, I think 3 of my secondary guys, like a 6 and 2 5s. An important first half of the season game against Pittsburgh. But then, then I played TJ early in the season, and Tom Brady got hurt the entire first half. And I don't think I would have won that game if Brady had played the whole way, because in the second half, I certainly wasn't stopping when it was a bad matchup. It's hard. You have so much pass blocking on the team and so many good receivers, and Brady. That pass game is real tough to stop. 2nd down and 3 for the Texans at their own 31. 12 and 4. And line with Theoretic at 2nd 3. Successful run key by Nathan from nowhere. Forced in single coverage down the field. But offensive center +5 and +0. And Western Ridgeburg was only a 4. A bad injury followed by a bad roll on a great call. First and 10 for the Texans at their own 36. And this has the feel of a game where Nathan's just going to succumb. And perhaps irritation. We'll see. It can be tough. Start running back. You lost your corner 6. The other guys got, Bell and Breeze. And we're left to Le'Veon. There's a linebacker in zone, but defense guesses incorrectly. 11 on Bell's card is good for 6 yards. He's got 11 carries for 50 yards here in the second yards as we are here in the early second half. I'd like to see Paul stay with a lot of that off tackle linebacker stuff. But he wants to get past. But the old cat and mouse first play that Janoris Jenkins was out. One best Quincy and then was being double teamed by the linebacker. I'd like to see a little more West Coast action out of Paul. Receiver gets right only, incomplete, 12-18 on Anunwa. That's a pretty good backup receiver right there. Brandon Cook's out with injury. But Nathan has been guessing past a lot of the game anyway, and doubling. Linebackers aren't that great, so stick with running and flat passing for a while. And you're up 10-7. I maybe sprinkle the occasional downfield pass, but of course. But also going to be running enough. There's another run. Emmer left to Le'Veon Bell. Like to see that. No linebackers there. 3rd and 4. Long. And 9 is a 5-yard pickup and a first down for Le'Veon. Houston still in their own territory. First and 10 at their own 47. Here in the third quarter. There's a nurse who comes to give me a treatment about 3 times a week. Nothing too serious, but something I just have to do for my general, not that it's life-threatening, but just something I have to do. So when she comes in here in a couple minutes, I'll be muting the mic for a couple minutes. Go. I'll just say nothing, whatever. And we're allowed to Theo Riddick. Defense, I guess, is wrong. Plus 9 and plus 4. There's that juice chick blocking ability. Le'Veon still has 15 available carries. Middle of the third quarter. Paul likes to mix it up. Here's Jonathan Stewart on 2nd and 1. As the Texans are now in Atlanta territory at the Falcon 44. They lead 10-7. 5 best left to just check. There's a little West Coast. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Linebackers of 5. Here. White dice 6 and a 10. 20-yard gain. Drew Brees to Kyle Juszczyk on the white tie 6. And Paul trying to really pull this game. Punches in for a touchdown. He's at the Atlanta 24. And psychologically, you always got to weather the storm. You always got to have to deal with adversity. Even sometimes you feel like, man, this just looks like it's not going to happen. And you keep grinding. But Nathan's got to be feeling a little beleaguered right now. Flat pass right to Le'Veon Bell. And doubling down the field. So good job by Paul. West Coast action, running and flat passing. White die 6, short gain, 16 yards. And 2 back who can catch. Le'Veon Bell and Kyle Juszczyk double team down the field. So not even a true double team down there. First and goal at the 8 now for the Texans. And this will be interesting. Solid short pass right card. But you always worry about the interception on the defense's card on a short pass in the red zone. And Brees gets right is 2 to 6 to 12, I believe, which is, not that great. Blocking. And he's not going with the full house here. Running back because he is at the 8. He's not down around the 2. Defense 3-4 blitz. Go. Nathan does not have a strong pass rush. Short pass Quincy Enunwa. The safety is blitzing. A number covered only by a 4. Single coverage. No doubles were on. Picked up 2 to 4, 11 and 12. Touchdown. That would have been incomplete if Nathan had left the safety back there with 4 men, but he didn't. He blitzed him instead. With Arthur Jones, no chance for a sack there. And the touchdown and the extra point gives the Texans a 17-7 lead. 6:54 to go. I'm feeling very frustrated. Then return 25 yards by Brandon Tate. Up to his own 26. First and 10 for the Falcons. Falcons have been hot. They've been playing real well. They wanted to close off 12-4. I think they would have been a 2 or 3 seed at worst if they did that. 5-6 if they lose this game. And injuries have been a huge factor. Fly pass right to TJ Yeldon. Receiver gets right +4. So Nathan will be upset this game primarily because of the injuries. But right now he's got some football to play. Drive, get some points on the board and see what you can do. Because you still got to try. It's not completely hopeless. 2nd and 6 for the Falcons at their own 30. 3 wide, 1 halfback regularly now. Flat pass left to Alfred Morris. Gains 3 yards, throwing at that 6. Multiple linebacker 6s in a modern game with the White Tie 6 League. Full free defense. It's really a great thing to have. And Paul's got it. He's got a good run defense too, so he doesn't even have to bring guys up there. And then 4-3 the 4-3 defensive tackle 6s. It's hard to run inside. Just really there for you. Falcons. 5:24 to go. Linebacker Alfred Morris gains 7 yards on the defense's card. Morris's first carry of the game. That's a first down for Leonard up at their own 40. Well, they got to keep it going. Benjamin's the third receiver, covered by 0. T.Y. Hilton and DeAndre Hopkins on the outside. Hopkins did not have a big year last year, did have a big year this year, so next year's going to be great. Fly pass right to T.J. Hilton, 2-man in zone now, but 6 on Cousins' card is complete for 5 yards. Yeldon, 4 receptions, 28 yards. Substituting for the injured Shady McCoy. Yeldon does have a good receiving card. And we've got 2nd and 5 now for Atlanta. See if Nathan can keep this going. Linebacker Alfred Morris, defense gets his pass. 4 is a 4-yard gain on the white die rule. Morris does not have a particularly good card, linebacker. At least the fumble rating is low. I'm going to mute my microphone now for a minute, and I'll be back on in 2 minutes. The game will continue to play as the nurse tends to something for me. All right, guys, I'm back. And if you paid close attention, Nathan had a 4th and 1 from around midfield. He went for it and he got it. Continuing the drive down at the Houston 31. That was Alfred Morris running for 5 yards there. Needs this touchdown. We're about to enter the fourth quarter. Only 1:12 to go in the third. Long pass to DeAndre Hopkins. Defense run King again. Touchdown. Why is he doing this? And Paul got burned for 50-yarder in the first half, going short yardage against TJ Yeldon, 5. And now for the defense's 31, he run keys on 2nd and 5 when the guy can't even run the ball against right. So guess run, leave your safety back there on Cousins' card regardless. But I don't understand the reward there, I would say. Unless he's just trying to create a negative and get Nathan into 3rd and 6 or 7. Commercial defense blitzing everyone. Safety 5 is back. There's 7 incomplete. Guess right. 2nd attempt. It's 17-14 Texans. There, right back in it. Trying to deal with the injuries. Shady McCoy, Janoris Jenkins particularly. Come out with what would be a huge victory for the Falcons. And we're left Le'Veon Bell. Guess wrong. Defensive ends of 4. Bell's been the bread and butter man today. Defensive end +8 or +21. He's only a 4 or 5. Could not make the play. Means Arthur Jones could not make the play. Big 21-yard game for Le'Veon Bell. And Houston's up at their own 46. Now with 13 carries for 76 yards. So if you start the fourth quarter, what's that left for Bell? No linebackers there. Single box in play. It's an off tackle. 6 on Bell's card is a 4-yard gain. We have not really seen a short gain in a while for Bell. But the defense soon. 2nd down and 6. That was DeAndre Hopkins catching that 31-yard touchdown. One of my favorite players, but it hurts me that he's not on my team anymore. For the Texans. At midfield exactly. Emron left Theo Riddick. Defense calls pass. The Chronicles of Riddick. Defensive end -2 or +3. 4. Being picked on a little bit there. Could not make the play, so 3 yards for Riddick. 4 carries, 16 yards. And we've got 3rd and 3 for the Texans at the Atlanta 47. I am working on my SSFA mock teams. So please don't make any big trades for the next 24 hours. 3rd and 3 Texans. 47. Blocking back one halfback. Le'Veon Bell in there. Looking past to Kyle Juszczyk. Defense guesses pass. Double teams elsewhere. Linebacker 4 there. Drew Brees. Great flat pass right card. General. So that 4, 5, 6 +5 guess right. Receiver guess right. Incomplete on the minus on a look in. Powers, who I've never heard of. The left corner 4 will be out for the rest of the game. Dennis exited, but now has come back in. And Paul will punt it. 17-14. Bradley Rack and Pinion with the coffin corner. I think Dennis may have even joined the broadcast here. Is that true, Dennis?
Yes, your color commentator has finally arrived.
Well, there you go. We got 17-14. I don't know how much you've been able to watch. When the early fourth quarter, Nathan's got the ball at his own 3, following a coffin corner punt. LaShawn McCoy got injured on one of the early plays of the game for the entirety of the game. Around halftime, Janoris Jenkins, Nathan's only corner 6 and best secondary defender, got injured for the rest of the game. He just lost his left corner 4 as well, but he's still weathering the storm thanks to Paul going short yardage and run king TJ Yeldon a couple of times while Nathan was going up top and getting some big plays. I don't know why Paul is good, Dennis.
No, I was just going to say it's really cool that you have these injuries during the regular season, but come playoff time they'll be eliminated. I'm looking forward to that. So it's I kind of like the way it is now, where we have to struggle with them during the regular season. You have to have the depth to overcome it, but then when the playoffs come, you're going to get your best team.
Yeah, I'd probably be okay with getting rid of them, but I think either way, you'd have to feel like it's Nathan's last game of the regular season. He's 11-4, 12-4, gets him a number 2 or 3 seed. A huge game for him, and it's very tough to try to deal with losing This is an offensive team. TJ Yeldon and Alfred Morris, not really that great as backup backs. And then you lose your corner 6, and you don't have a great defense to begin with. Going from a 2-3 seed in a home game and a bye to a 4-5-6 seed, maybe on the road against a much better team. And the injuries in the last game of the season playing a big role in that. But it's a 16-game season, and to stake your claim for seeding. But it's tough. It's tough to it kind of would have been better if there were no injuries this game. But I know what you're saying in general.
And he's hanging in there. He's 3rd and 9 here. He's got a chance to drive the field and get a field goal and tie it. It kind of adds a little intrigue. I do get what you're saying. I wouldn't mind getting rid of him either, but at least we don't have to deal with him in the playoffs. Thank God we don't have him in the playoffs.
Yeah, right. 3rd and 9 for the Falcons at their own 4-yard line. And there was an injury there. Brian Poole, the extra defensive back on the starting right corner. Long pass, TJ hit to by Hilton. Paul's blitzing, bringing everybody. Does not get the sack. 6 incomplete on Cousins' guard. Gets right. Pass rush, especially when he goes with a 3-man line because he got multiple linebacker 12s. And here's the punt, 50 yards. Jamison Crowder, good card, but only a 3-yard return. Nathan's got that great 7-8-12 +1 +2 +3.
You had the 1X there. If the 6 would have been on the D card, that would have been a huge play.
Yes, the 1X is automatic, no sack. So the offense 6, the defense was the sniper scope. And Paul's got it 1st and 10 at his phone 49. Paul's done best when he's run the ball at Le'Veon Bell and throwing flat passes. Nathan paying a lot of attention down the field. Looking past Kyle Juszczyk, doing their end uncovered, but gets right on the quarterback's card. 4-10 on the defensive card, +20 for the second time here in the second half. A 20-yard screen. That was a wide die 5 and 20 yards. Nathan had not vacated his own, but the West Coast here, Dennis. Nathan's been guessing pass slot. He's been doubling down the field. He's got 4s up front and in the front 7. Ball should just keep hammering the run and the flat pass. Maybe sprinkling an occasional downfield pass. But running and flat passing has been what's worked when he's done it, but he's not really committed to it.
Yeah, that's such a tough card to stop. That Drew Brees card, all those completions of 5 or more yards. I've enjoyed using him in SOMIFA 28, but it's just tough when you're on defense.
Flat pass right, Kyle Juszczyk. See, doubling down the field. He's wide open, gets wrong now. This should be a good play for the offense.
Yeah, when you have a guy like Brees, why not pound the flats? That's like a perfect way to.
He gets wrong, +8. And he's got a running threat. He's not the great blocking, but now, of course, we got to mention all of Nathan's short pass defenders right now are 0-0-0-0. He started the game 4-0-6. Both his corners are out.
Wow, that's tough.
And Nathan was already doubling in the first half before he lost Jenkins. But
yeah.
But there's an intrigue you're looking for, Dennis. There's plenty of intrigue. 0-0-0 and short pass.
Yeah, and you can't go 3-3-5, because it's against the rule set. That'd be one way to mitigate the all the zeros around there. So you're limited. Now there's a good Marshall,
but it's flooded. 2 men in zone.
Oh man,
4 +1. Just missed that 3 interception.
You got to be, if Nathan can hold the field goal here, he's got to feel great about that, because then he'll be down 6 points with a chance to drive and take the lead. If he gives up a touchdown here, it's going to seem like a sinkhole.
Huge. 3rd and 1. Nathan's done a pretty good job calling his game on defense here today. I should also add that Nathan suffered a fumbled punt to start the second half on the kick return. Paul returned the fumble kick rather. Paul returned it to the 2-yard line, and Nathan put up a goal line stand, holding Paul to a field goal.
And Paul's fighting for his playoff life. A loss here would really cripple his chances to make the playoffs.
Short pass, Quincy and Unwa. Single coverage on a 0-3 man there. No blitz on. Dump off and play. And receiver gets right, incomplete. And in was in there for Brandon Cooks, one of the only injuries Paul has suffered. Fine back receiver card, certainly. 16-22 short pass. And 4th and 1. Adam Vinatieri will come out for the field goal for the Texans. The block is on.
If you were Paul, would you say, screw it, I'm going for it here to put the pressure on?
Field goal 2 to 10. I think I kicked the field goal because against that running attack that Nathan's got, I've been playing real good defense, except when I king and going short yardage and giving him long passes against 4 defenders. And also, if Nathan does happen to get a touchdown, I only need a field goal to win the game. So I think I would have kicked the field goal as well.
Good stuff. Good strategy discussion there.
But it depends. Sometimes you get in the mood. I think you've influenced me greatly that way in recent years. Like, I just say, screw it, I'm going for it.
Yeah, if you feel good about your play call, that you know what the other guy's going to do, then you might be more tempted to do that.
That's correct. Now, I think Paul lost a corner 4 here, and he's now got his 0. Yeah, Brian Poole just got injured in the last series, so Paul's now 4, covering Nathan's formidable wideouts. Linebacker Alfred Morris from the 3 wide, I guess wrong 2 yards. Not Shady McCoy's card, as you can see here, Dennis.
Yeah, I'm surprised Nathan isn't just sticking with that spread offense and just, I guess you can't really hammer the flats with 2 6s there, though. So that's part of the problem.
That is part of the problem. And he needs a touchdown. But maybe he likes this formation. You can run from this a little more easily, like you did there. Yeldon's a pretty decent guess wrong and run card. Defensive end +1 and +5. Alalu is only a 4. So a 5-yard gain for Yeldon, 3rd and 3. He's got to be close to fatigue. 13 carries already.
Yeah, it just shows you the value in the regular season of having a good backup halfback, especially when you're in one of these crucial games.
Yes. 3rd down and 3.
You can't have everything, though.
Nathan's gone up top in situations like this so far today at times. He's mixed it up. Nathan's got a very good game all around. As does Paul, except I don't know why he keeps run king and short yardaging when you know that Nathan likes to go up top. And then it's the only thing Nathan's done here, 2 big plays. Linebacker Alfred Morris, defense gets his pass. Left guard 5, 6 or 1. It's the really good offensive line, all 5s and a 6 at left guard that can help him with this running game.
Yeah, but if you
7:30 to go.
If you hit the wrong spots on the D card, you're running up against Fletcher Cox and whoever that other 6 is, K1 Short or whoever it is. Yeah,
those
guys
are
tough to run.
So. This front 7 is very tough to deal with. When you play a 4-3 at tackle 6s, it is very tough to try to run inside. And you want to an end run, but you get good linebackers who also are good. Long pass T.Y. Hilton. Nobody there, but Cousins under pressure and goes down. Paul brought the all-out blitz.
Wow. It was 92 on the random roll. So, but it didn't matter.
Automatic. It was 100.
It was 100% on the sack chart. Yeah. It
was a 415, 160, 40.
If he had gone,
it was 190, 40.
Yeah, if he had gone flat or even short there, it would have not been a sack.
That's right. Random 92 pass, I believe.
And not only was it a sack, but it's one of those huge, 12-yarders. It's so tough to overcome when you don't have those running backs and get you a short gain, get strong.
That's right. And Nathan was throwing deep, so it is 2 yards further off the sack. 2nd down and 22 for the Falcons. Defense, he goes it with a blocking back set. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5 blitz. You might see a draw play, try to pop an 8 on the defense. Might see an end run. I don't know. Setting up a 3rd and long. I don't know. Maybe a bomb to Vernon Davis, who's a 9-15.
Look for a flat pass at the 5, or maybe if he feels confident that Paul's going to bring the blitz after one of those 6s. He wants one of those 20-yard flat passes on the D card with a white die 6.
I probably stayed 3 wide. Long pass Vernon Davis. They single coverage on a 5. Ooh, 7 incomplete on Cousins' card. End of the matchup he was hoping for. Not that it was any kind of automatic play, but on 2nd and 22, he had a chance there to make it happen. And he's going to go 3 wide when a fullback. I don't know if Lance Kendricks can go deep, but the rest of these guys can, including Vernon Davis with a 9-15. DeAndre Hopkins scored a 31-yard touchdown for Nathan's 2nd touchdown earlier in the 2nd half.
Yeah, Kendricks can go deep. He has a max of 44 yards.
Is he a 2.6 or a 5.10? You don't know.
He is a 5.10.
All right, 3rd and 22 for Atlanta.
No, I'm sorry. He's a 2.6. Sorry, he's a 2.6.
Dollars to donuts that Nathan's going deep here, Dennis.
Yeah, I would guess that as well. But Paul's going to bring. No, he's not going to bring the extra DB back. Oh my! What a time for the sniper scope and the 1X.
Will be a long game. And white die. not a white die, sniper scope, rather, 6 of the defense. You got the 1X automatic, no sack, sniper scope on the defense, long gain from Kirk Cousins to Kelvin Benjamin, 43 yards. First down, Falcons at the Texans 31. Now, Paul has got a great pass rush, especially from a 3-man line, for selling out for the blitz. It's worked for him, but it did not work there. Long pass to T.Y. Hilton, double teamed, dump off for 70 yards, and the Falcons are in business, Dennis.
They are.
24.
They're cooking with gas here. 20-14, 5:42 to go.
Falcons have to get a touchdown here, and they could set up that scenario where Paul has to come down and try to kick a game-winning field goal against this injury-depleted Falcons defense.
Yeah.
Blocking back one halfback.
Look for Nathan to mix in some runs here as he tries to bleed that clock down to give Paul as little time left as possible.
True, but Paul's been going run key. You might see a bomb again from Nathan. Might see a long pass to Benjamin. Linebacker out for Morris. Defense passes run. See, there would have been no men there. One pass wrong. I know. Right back on -1 at +9, loses a yard. I don't mind the run call there. I was just predicting the way Nathan's coached. And you might have seen a bomb there. The bomb's been good to him in those situations.
That would have been a defender.
That would
have been a defender X or +32. And if you
it was white die 4 though, so Benjamin would have been complete. The other guys would have been complete.
Correct.
On that play. Long pass, no man wrong for a go-ahead touchdown with a 0 and a 4 corner against 3rd and 4 for the Falcons.
Two down territory here, I think. I don't think Nathan will settle for the field goal.
No way. Third, unless maybe he loses like 4 yards or something.
Yeah, if containment
wide one halfback, nickel 3-3-5, plus Greg Zuerlein, I think is shaky out here anyway. I think we're going to see a run here, Dennis. Or maybe a looking pass at the 6. Yeah. I would say a looking, not a flat, because you don't want to lose any. He doesn't want to lose any yardage to keep the 4th down open. And you're not going to get 2 men in looking probably. It's not great against the 6, but
I think flat pass.
There's nobody there. For the long game touchdown.
Holy cow.
DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown and a half, 2 catches, 56 yards, 2 TDs.
Do I need to say it, or are you going to say it? Go big or go home. And Nathan went big.
The bomb has been good. All 3 of his touchdowns have come about precipitated by a bomb. 2 were outright bombs, and 1 was set up by a 50-yard bomb. All 3 of them were with no men. All 3 of them were with no men. 1 on a run key, 1 on short yardage. I mean, Nathan can't. It's hard for him to manufacture a sustained drive against this defense with very little running threat. So why give him so many options at the big play? Make him have to earn it. Price, but Paul can still win this game. 4:30 to go. Paul trails 21-20. He is 7-6. He's got Zeb remaining and the Rams remaining on his schedule. Should be a victory, even though Wayne's been tough and feisty. Off tackle left, Le'Veon Bell. Yes, wrong. No linebackers there. 8's a 5-yard gain. You want that on the defense there. From Bell, despite a lot of guess wrong calls so far. But if Paul loses this, he's 7-7. If he beats the Rams 8-7, he has to beat Dallas just to make sure he gets into at least the mini playoffs. Although it looks like 9-7 will get you a proper wild card, we'll see. Certainly a win here would be huge. Gets him to 8-6, then he beats the Rams, and he's guaranteed at least a mini playoff.
It's a good game. You picked a good one to be a SOMIFA Showcase.
Well, you get 2 coaches. The matchup was good. Nathan's high-flying offense against Paul's very tough defense, but then McCoy got hurt. And we're left for Le'Veon Bell. 2nd and 5. Nobody there. He's been running a lot and doing well. That there's only a 2-yard gain in Bell's card. Better than a dreaded 5. There's another injury. Brandon Marshall goes out for the rest of the half. But Paul always has backs. I mean, he lost both his starting receivers now. Quincy and Unwin. That's not too bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the big 3rd and 3 for Paul at his own 32.
2 backup cornerbacks versus 2 backup wide receivers, Nathan comments.
I'll take the backup receivers any day.
Yeah, there's not a lot of differentiation between some of these receivers.
Don't take my corners away, especially if they're any good. Will Paul go for it here? No, Dennis?
No. Paul is by the book, conservative type coach. He would punt here with 3 timeouts left and 3 minutes to go.
Very well.
But it's going to be tough to stop. This is good. Like you said, this is tough for Nathan to stop. What would you call here? Run against Bell?
Nathan, or if I was Paul?
If you're Nathan trying to stop this, flood the flats and call run.
Aaron left Le'Veon Bell. I probably called run and brought one linebacker up. Maybe left my safety deep. I'm not sure. And left Le'Veon Bell. Defense guessing something else. Offensive outside end +2 or -1. Just makes the block 2 yards, and there it is. Then it's 4th and 1. It's not 4th and 3 now.
Well, let's see.
What do you think Paul's going to do?
Yeah, I would go for it.
You think Paul's going to punt still?
I think Nathan would go for it. I think you might go for it, but I think Paul's going to punt.
And Noah's going to go for it.
You knew it, huh? Well, it's 1 yard. It is 1 yard. And it is against a defense that has a lot of holes.
And only 3 minutes left. So I think 4th and 1. Plus, technically, if he fails and holds Nathan to a field goal, he's still alive. It's minute 45 or something.
Okay.
So 4th and 1.
Same situation here. I think this might be one of the times where actually short yardage defense.
If I was Nathan, I would probably run key Le'Veon Bell in linebacker off tackle left and then run left. I would try that.
I think he's going to
might as well throw the left linebacker at the 2. I'd run key every zone except for where the left end 5 is.
Yeah, I think he's going to go flat.
Tackle Le'Veon Bell I would have him keyed. He run key Drew Brees. Well, I've run plenty of times. I'm not trying to sound like I know what's going on, but
that's the beauty of strat. You can be right and be wrong, all at the same time.
And you get to even the defense cover 3 had nothing Nathan could have done there.
So it was a good move to go for.
You went 2 linebackers. That would have been a first down. Paul's kicker is Adam Vinatieri. I don't know if you have access to your game. Can you see what he is from? And miss a play. See what he is from 33 beyond and what his longest range is.
Yeah, he's good out to the 37
type of guy.
He's a 2 through 7 and 12 guy from 33 to 37. That's pretty damn good.
And I think he's 2 to 10. The next one in, right?
2 to 9 on 23 to 32. And then
ideally, you want to get down to about the 29 or 30 and get rid of the variable. But if you get stuck around the 35, it's still a pretty decent chance. Flat pass left Le'Veon Bell at the linebacker 5. Double down the field.
White Tyson.
10 yards for Brees. Nothing Nathan could have done to stop that 4th and 1 play.
Right.
Options, but a defense, at the end of the day, it's really only 2 options, run or pass.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to call pass. Well, that was one of 2 options.
Yeah, and that's why I say sometimes when you're right, you're wrong. When you're wrong, you're right. I mean, if he had 2 guys in there, calling pass and bringing the house on a blitz, and it went on one of those other rolls with 2-minute zone, it would have stopped him. Even though he had, he was defending a totally different style of play.
Hold on, Dennis. Fly pass right, Kyle just check linebacker 4 there. Double down the field. Texans at the run 47, just outside the 2-minute warning. Brees so good here.
Nathan paying a little too much attention to the
receiver gets right 6 yards. That's kind of hard when your entire secondary zeros.
No, but
you don't need pass rush.
But we've seen Paul go to those backs a lot. Bell and Juszczyk have been.
Paul has been
targets.
Pretty much since you came on. Paul's been West Coasting. I've been calling for it most of the game because that's been there for him. And now Nathan has flooded the flats like once. Juszczyk double team earlier in the game. But for the most part, he's been doubling and almost never guessing run.
Yeah, this is.
Though he has been bringing linebackers up. 2nd and 4 is an interesting play. 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, this is the time I think I would go
here to try to make it.
You get 3-3-5. You can protect those 0 cornerbacks a little better. 0 safety.
Yeah, and then you can scare him with the old run call against a draw.
Yeah, and you get two double teams, 2 true double teams instead of right now. He's getting one.
I would do a line book here. Short pass, Jason Wood. There's play action, and Nathan Cole's run this time against 0. He on the short pass today. And there it is again. He hit that earlier. Equivalent of the dreaded 5 in the SOMIFA leagues is the short pass 3-man 3, clean and completion when everything else is at least giving you a chance, especially with the 0 there.
And he walked through the minefield by avoiding, he had been flat passing a lot of flat pass there. That's an interception split on the defensive guard.
True. Well, they might have got 1 yard, 2 for them 12.
Yep.
But
an interception there would have ended it.
Yes, I have 0 yards and no interceptions. But 3rd and 4 for Texans. The Texans at the Atlanta 47, 152 to go. A big game for both teams. Nathan receding and Paul just to make the dance. Where Paul would be tough. This team is I tell you, as to say the least. Maybe because they shut me down so thoroughly, I'm more impressed than the others are. I don't know.
And a slight change here. We see Vince Williams check in, who's a 0-4. I think his normal inside linebacker at that spot is a 4-0. So let's see what how that plays into it.
Good observation. I had missed that. Pass defenders. Jesus. Trying to win a game with these guys. 3rd and 4 for the Texans at the Atlanta 47. He's been running well. I think Nathan
not showing.
I would do a short pass. Looking at Le'Veon Bell. Guess wrong. One linebacker there flooded the outside flats in cold run. The linebacker's a 5. 80 rather.
Good chance for Paul here. He gets
receiver guess wrong. 9-yard pickup, first down. Texans at the Atlanta 38, and they're on the cusp of field goal range and a hard-fought potential victory that Nathan would have to be angry about. And what's great about this, Dennis, calling some of these games in the regular season, especially here in the fourth quarter, just in a week or two, we're going to see Nathan playing a first-round playoff, a divisional round playoff game, and it'll be because of the results of this game and who he's playing against and why maybe he's on the road instead of at home. I don't know. Although
did you play Nathan during the regular season?
I did not play him this year, I don't believe.
Okay.
You beat him, right?
Yeah. But I was just wondering if this game, if Nathan losing locks up a top.
No, I played. It would lock up a top 3 seed for him. Short pass, Quincy and Numa, defense run king elsewhere. 3 men as 0. Maybe Drew Brees can finally get a short pass completion here. What happened there? Yeah, looks like it was complete for 15 yards.
Yeah, guess wrong plus 15 on Brees' card.
Yeah. My game didn't show.
Yeah, you can
the animation or whatever that happens sometimes. You get out of sync.
Yeah, mine caught it. So it was a snake eyes roll on Brees' card plus 15. And he got out of bounds. So 1:37 to go, 2 timeouts left.
All of a sudden, Paul's in outstanding position here. Take the lead.
Now, I think if you're on defense here, I think you want to take some more chances because the sooner Paul scores, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, the sooner you get the ball back and have a chance. And if he gets a touchdown, at least you can get a touchdown on a 2-point conversion. Whereas if he just bleeds the clock and kicks the field goal, you're screwed.
Yeah. You have to stop him from getting on the first down. Off tackle left to Bell plus 5. Easier said than done, of course. This team is not. This team is not a great defensive team this year anyway.
Right.
The normal setup for this year is a excellent offense, not that great a defense. Is going to try to outscore you. Blocking back 1 halfback, 3-4 blitz. There was a linebacker up there, but on the other side.
What happened on the defense took a timeout on your side? That's funny. On my side, the timeout didn't register.
Okay. Linebacker Le'Veon Bell, successful run key in 2nd and 5. Offensive center 5-0, no gain. That offensive lineman 4 with a white tie 5. Run blocking is not a strength of this Texans team. Timeout, huge play here, Dennis, as you said before. 3rd and 5 for the Texans at the Atlanta 18, 1:22 to go. If Paul misses it, he's going to try a field goal to take the lead. So Nathan would still have about a minute and no timeouts to try to set up his own game-winning field goal for Greg the Leg Zuerlein.
What do you call here?
Offense or defense?
Defense. Containment's in effect, but he went 3-4.
So, I would. I'm going to leave my look in there because I don't want to give him that containment. I might flow it outside, flat and cold pure pass, or I might sit with 4 men and pass and cold short pass, or pick out a double team. I don't know for sure.
I think he's running. I would call run here.
Okay, that would have been a ballsy call. Defensive end 5, but it would have been correct. I'm not sure that's what linebacker is. Defensive end -2 or +3. Timmy Jernigan makes the plays on -2. Good result for Nathan there. Closest last time out, and here it comes. 37-yard field goal. You know who's a pretty good clutch field goal kicker, Dennis, is Adam Vinatieri. Let's see if it happens in Stratomatic. Paul trying to take a 2-point lead. The kick is up and good from 37. NFL history. And Atlanta's got 107 left, no timeouts. They're going to receive this kickoff. They got to come down the field to kick a field goal. After the kickoff, check out Greg the Leg's kicking acumen. The kick goes down to the 3. It's run back 18 yards by Brendan Tate. Should be about a minute left here. A minute left. Atlanta's at their own 21. What do you have on Zerline?
All right, so Greg the Leg is good out to the 37 as well, but he's only 2 through 5. And then the next level down, he's 2 through 8 and 12.
So you got to target the defense's 31-yard line or something.
Yeah, and even that, you're like 70% chance.
Sure, but you got to look. You have a minute and no timeouts. You got to compromise on your expectations here.
Yeah, I hear you.
So he needs about 48 yards. Paul going down 3-2-6. No, I don't think we're going to see the running keys. The bomb has been good to Nathan, so I would say just keep firing it. Sure, because Kelvin Benjamin almost picked off incomplete. Of course, Paul's got 2 men in one pass, so it's hard to.
Can't fault that. Yeah, and remember, you have no chance to get out of bounds on a long pass.
When does the dump off go away? 30 seconds left.
Yes, so he's got a couple more dump off chances.
Down 3-2-6.
If he's not doubling with anybody, I would go for a short pass to Hilton.
Would you dare throw a look in here?
No, can't do that.
One pass Hopkins, 2 minutes, 2 blitzes on. Dump off incomplete. Last thing you need is a 5-yard looking pass. Yeah,
you're taking away a couple of plays there, and you need every play you can get here. I like a short pass to Hilton and hope you hit that long gain on the receiver card.
Flat pass at the 6 to Vernon Davis, thinking this guy's going to do the blitz or something. Short pass down to Hopkins, receiver gets right, incomplete. It's on the flat pass there. Maybe get a bounce. 4th and 10, last chance for Nathan.
I still go short pass.
I think you have to here. This might be the last dump off in effect. It was 18 to 29, 240. Vernon Davis not being covered. 2 blitzes on. 8 is incomplete on Cousins' card. That's it. That'll be the game. A very interesting SOMIFA Showcase. A great game. 23-21. They'll improve to 8-6. Nathan did everything he could with all the injuries. Right corner 6. In terms of the matchup. Look, if you have a great defense and your right corner 6 goes down, you have a 4, okay, maybe that's okay. But his whole defense is like predicated upon, okay, I got a corner 6, and I'm going to double elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was fun to watch, and it was a good competitive game. But you're right; those injuries had a big impact on it. But like I said, those go away in the playoffs. So at least you have that out of your head that you're not going to get diced in the playoffs by injuries.
Yeah, you can get diced by other things, but not by injuries. And if we look at the standings here real quick, Dennis, you'll see Atlanta falls to 11-5, such a crushing defeat for them. And their Super Bowl aspirations, I would say, of course, they can still do it. But if you won that game, you would have been a 2 or 3 seed, would have been guaranteed a home game, probably would have had a bye.
Well, this locks up. This locks up. Well, I guess it doesn't lock up, but if you just win one of your last 2 games, you're going to be the Jets will be a top 2 seed.
I should have won my final 2 games. That would give me a top 2 seed. So you have you and me would be the top 2 seeds. We don't know the order yet. I'd have to split. I'd have to sweep rather to beat you off the 1 seed. San Diego should be the 3 seed. Look at Atlanta, Cincinnati, and Tennessee. Did Atlanta play? Oops. Did Atlanta play Cincinnati, Tennessee? And I'm going to get off in a minute here, Dennis. Atlanta beat Tennessee and lost to Cincinnati. So they're 1-1 in there. Okay.
Okay.
And beat Atlanta. So we're going to have a 3-way tie at 1-1 at 11-5. Good luck to Ed. And that's it's a 3-way tie at 1-1, which is big because the winner gets a home game against the 5 seed and the good pass defense. So those tiebreakers are on the road. And there might also be a bye at stake, possibly, but certainly if you're the 4 seed, maybe you get a bye. If you're the 6 seed, you sure don't.
Right.
Almost certainly. So So that'll be interesting for Ed to work out. So the top 2 seeds looking even more important now, because look, the Falcons, the Bengals, the Titans, those are all very good teams. Bengals team, I think Jay's done a nice job with them. He's such a good coach. I think he give them an extra bump. I don't think that they're that great otherwise, but if you're at a top 2 seed, you'll end up playing Minnesota or the Giants possibly. But I think those teams are definitely a little below. Look, Atlanta's got Kirk Cousins and LaShawn McCoy, and Tennessee's got Big Ben and Lamar Miller.
Yeah, but it's no guarantee. You could wind up having to face NFL Ed or Paul.
That's true.
If they upset those guys as a number 1 seed. So there's really no easy path to a SOMIFA championship, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll see what happens there. Because, you'll have some interesting playoff matchups, Dennis, where wildcard games you might have, like the Vikings or Giants 10-6 at home, but they're hosting NFL Ed or Paul.
Right.
That could happen. So we'll see. I'm going to try to call as many playoff games as I can, maybe even all of them. And we'll see what happens. And hopefully I'll try to call some SOMIFA 28 games as well. Autumn Win will probably have to take a back seat. Although I'll probably try to call games for you and for Nathan, since you guys are both having great seasons and stuff like that. But I'm gonna log off now. Thanks for hopping on, Dennis. It always helps the broadcast.
Alrighty.
I did not get to post on the forum ahead of time because this game kind of dropped in my lap last minute or whatever. At least the video afterwards.
All right, take care,
Dennis.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.